All right, people. It's been a while since I've made a video. Uh, I've kind of more or less been holding off on really doing anything until the Steam Deck was in my hands. And that was a week ago, so this is going to be my first week video. Not that, a lot of people have a first week video. I don't really care. I don't know if it's a trend or what, but I'm doing it. Um, to be honest, I haven't really had a lot of time to actually use the Steam Deck in that week. It's been a whole adventure. So the day my deck was out for delivery, there was a Comcast outage that started at like 9 in the morning. So it kicked me. Obviously, it kicked me off the internet. My cable didn't work. Yes, I have cable. Um, they initially said it was going to be resolved at like 11:45 a.m., which is already missing like 3 hours of work. So I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be back up in like 3 hours. And then at like 11:20 rolls around, and they're like, "Oh, we estimate the outage will be resolved at like 6 p.m." So I'm like, "Well, fuck it. I guess I'm taking the rest of the day off." So I got the Steam Deck at like 11 a.m. and I didn't even get to do anything with it until like Saturday afternoon, if that, probably Saturday uh, evening. So I've really only had it for like literally 7 days, and I spent most of that time pimping it out. You know, you'll see soon. But I think I've been able to use it enough to get a kind of like a fair um, idea of what it's like. And so far, I really like it. Obviously, because I spent $700 on it, and I waited um, five, almost 10 months to get mine. As was the same deal with everyone else. I put in my pre-order. Like literally, I was sitting there waiting because they announced it beforehand. Either like a day beforehand or like a couple hours beforehand. They had announced that pre-orders were going to go live at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Excuse me. So, like, I was at work at the time, working from home still, and so I was just sitting there ready. Like I had the Steam client open on my personal computer desktop, and I also had the web page open and signed into my account just in case I needed. So like I was sitting there refreshing. As soon as it became available, I was sitting there refreshing and trying over and over again, and it took me probably at least 23 tries before it actually accepted my reservation. So that's the story of Steam Deck. That's the same story everyone has, except for like the 1,000 people that got in their orders literally at like 10:01 Pacific AM. Those people didn't have issues, and fuck those people, honestly. So right now, I have it in desktop mode. In I guess you want to call it KDE. I'm not an absolute expert at Linux by any means. I had to take Linux system administration in college for my degree, but that was literally 15 years ago, maybe like 13 years ago. Uh, I'm not that great at it. Even so, with a low, I'd say a lower middle class, as far as knowledge goes, a lower middle amount of experience. It's not a hindrance at all to use the system. So anyway, enough rambling. We'll just start looking at stuff. Right now, like I said, it's in desktop mode. I had to adjust the screen resolution because it was all wonky. In desktop mode, the screen resolution wasn't really a big deal so much as in gaming mode. You can see that in the device drop down, I'm passing it through my Elgato card. So I switched into desktop mode because in gaming mode it was cutting off like 20% of the screen. Supposedly, and this is the issue. This is where I got like stumped up because I'm trying to change the resolution that it actually outputs, but you can't that I'm aware of. Um, Steam Deck Elgato keeps changing my resolution. All these people on Reddit are saying that they were able to output like 4K. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. We'll figure it out here in a moment. Um, right now, I'm passing everything through a shitty, cheap Yeo Libo, Yeolibo USB-C hub that I just bought yesterday for like $20 on Amazon. And of course, in my hurry to buy it, I totally overlooked the fact that it doesn't have an Ethernet port. I honestly thought it did, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. Plus, that gives me the opportunity to really focus on the one negative aspect of this hardware so far. So anyway, I had the system settings open so that I could change it because it defaulted to extended desktop mode, which I never enabled. Um, but it's simple enough. So I had uh, I plugged in a wireless USB mouse before I booted into desktop mode, and to stress how user friendly the system is, it didn't prompt me to install any drivers or anything, which obviously is what a USB device should do because it's a USB device. It's not it's not 1997. Um, there was no pop up about installing drivers or anything. It just worked by the time I actually moved my hand to use it. So this crappy $20 USB-C hub doesn't seem too bad. It is providing power and it is charging the battery, fortunately. And the one thing above all that I worry about with these hubs is to make sure they output the right amount of power. It needs to output, I think, 45 watts. Otherwise, it may fuck up your power supply and like your DC inverter or whatever. This one may even do it too. I don't know. This dock outputs 100 watts, so kind of afraid. I'm hoping it doesn't damage anything because I really don't want to fuck with doing an RMA. Although, if I did, there's a possibility the RMA would fix the one issue that I have with this freaking device. I feel like I don't. Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if it really is charging. So yeah. Okay. What did it say? Steam is inhibiting what? All right. So this is the Linux desktop with a few modifications. Obviously, it doesn't look like this by default. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what it does look like. I think it's like white. I mean, if you really wanted to change it, you can go to settings. There is a bit of input or output lag, I guess. Why is this not? Oh, it's already open. If you go to appearance, I'm not really here to teach you Linux, but you can go to appearance and fuck with everything. I think the default is Breeze. This is like one of the cool features of the Arch Linux build on this device is the extent to which you can customize the shell easily. Unlike other Linux builds like Ubuntu, where it's just a pain in the ass. It's not supposed to be a pain in the ass, but it ends up being because things don't work the way they're supposed to. But anyway, I'm going to switch. Well, I'm in desktop mode. So obviously this is a computer. So while you're in desktop mode, obviously it's going to be a computer. If you're familiar with Steam at all, like you should be, if you're using a computer to use Steam, it's literally exactly the same everything. Uh, so this is how you go in and you set custom artwork and stuff like that. You go in, same process as Windows. You just go to, you right click on the thing on the icon, and you set custom artwork. Or if you want to, oh, right, I don't have a keyboard attached. Fuck. Um, if you wanted to. Set a background image, like a custom background image instead of the default, or a custom logo or something. Then just like, oh, I actually didn't. Okay, well then we'll do that now. Just like Windows desktop, Steam, you would go into the actual thing, the actual game page, and then right click, set custom background. You just got to know the Linux file structure. So I synced all, well, not really synced. I downloaded all my crap from OneDrive. I it looks like a lot. It's only like 2 GB of images. Oh, this is the wrong folder anyway. This is one of the things I dislike. It doesn't even use the normal Dolphin file browser. When you're in Steam browsing for these images, what the fuck? I gotta fix the shit here, because like I have some of these files spread out in the wrong places, or there's like duplicate folders. God damn it! Why are you doing this? Why are you being difficult? Here it is. I thought. See, this is where shit gets annoying. I gotta fucking look. New style. I mean, I could just be wrong. Maybe I don't have an image. Maybe I'm thinking of my desktop. That's no. Maybe it's not in this folder. Like I said, it shit's kind of fucked up at the moment. And the thing is, you can't easily set up OneDrive. I mean, you can, but I don't. I'm led to believe that you can easily set up OneDrive, but I don't want to fuck with it because I'm tired of. Like I spent most of my time with the Steam Deck, not actually playing games. Like I said, Steam. You know what? Here, we'll do this. Look on my own computer, or my own computer. They're all my computers. Where the fuck is it? Heroes. That's not the right place. That's Final Fantasy VII. This is the problem with having a million games. I am confused. So like I moved everything to the right place on my OneDrive, but on the Steam Deck, it's not really in the right place. Here it is. I found the thing. Resources. I just saw a thumbnail somewhere. Here it is. Resources, Steam Grid. Okay, we'll do it the hard way then. Actually, no, I want Firefox. Damn it. I'm too lazy right now to plug in the keyboard. That weirdness was me accidentally having my hand on one of the touchpads. We'll get to the keyboard here in a moment. A few moments. Damn it! I gotta my files OneDrive. Okay. I'm not. The funny thing is, I'm not using the Elgato to actually capture video. I'm just using it as a pass through right now because it's probably more reliable than NVIDIA Share for sure. But I don't want to mess with it. You know how it is. You get used to doing things a certain way, and it's Steam Grid resources. Resources. Going to be called Chrono Cross. Yeah, that's right. There's a cosplay picture in here. I don't know why. There's also some work memes in here. Right. So let's save. Cut this. This is so much easier to use. I don't want to, like, I'm not saying it's a negative aspect of the deck for sure, but it is so much easier to use in desktop mode with a mouse. It's not like it's hard to use with the touchpads, but you know how it is. It's just like easier. Very, very eloquent, right? I mean, if you're used to handheld devices and touchpads, then it's probably easier for you. But I don't mess with that crap. Download Steam Grid Heroes. Oh, that's another thing I hate about the file browser. The Dolphin, not Dolphin itself, but the Dolphin that it uses when you're actually like when you're in an open file dialog. The file browser doesn't update on its own in real time like Windows does. And to be honest, like a lot of the time, Windows doesn't either. But it's like 100% of the time it never happens. So anyway, desktop mode is how you are going to set everything up. Like so, for example, your emulators, you're going to go into desktop mode to set them up. Not that you couldn't do it in gaming mode, but it's just a pain in the ass. And sometimes you actually can't because like it'll prevent you from using the mouse correctly. You like a lot of the times you can do the touch screen and it'll work, but it's for Yuzu specifically. I went into the desktop to do it because it was a pain in the ass, and I didn't want to mess with it. So there's no point really showing a lot of the desktop mode because it's probably not how most people are going to do anything. But desktop mode is how you're going to customize all your icons, your wallpapers, your set up your emulators, set up any non-Steam applications, anything like computer really is how you're going to use desktop mode. Not that people aren't accessing traditional desktop applications through gaming mode just to say they can, but you're just really not going to. So I'm going to switch back to what do you call it? Gaming mode, and hope that this works correctly. Oh, and help if I did it correctly. The cool thing about desktop mode, one of the features of this is like pick up and play. Like you can pause your game, it'll sync your save to the cloud, and then you can just resume that same game like immediately on your PC. One of the things they don't really mention is that your Linux desktop actually will stay the same like forever, even if you restart the computer half the time. It it keeps all your applications open. I don't know if that's really a good thing or not, but time will tell. The desktop is kind of weird. Like you only need to click on that return to gaming mode icon once. Okay, so now I'm not going to be able to use my mouse. Actually, while I'm on video, I'm going to try to do some shit that didn't work before. So you can see already how the Steam logo is in the wrong place. The entire keypad is in the wrong place. So it looks a little bit more normal once you get in there. I hope this works because it didn't work before. The use you icon is something I need to customize. Let's see. Please work. Why aren't you working? You motherfucker. I don't know if it's this Xbox controller or the Switch is the deck is whatever the hell it's called. The deck is just being a pain in the ass. Because my controller will not sync. It doesn't show up either is the problem. Can you not be retarded, please? I haven't tried any other controllers. I'm sure the Steam controller will work, but I don't want to use the Steam controller. It's the same as using the Steam Deck. Oh my god. Turn Bluetooth off. Let's try this again. I'm literally about to plug a Bluetooth adapter in to the fucking USB-C hub. And again, this ties into all my other issues. I'm wondering if like my device just has bad modems. I can't tell what's going on right now. Because the screen's cut off. Can I fucking... I'm going to unplug this, to be honest, and because I can't see what it says. It's not showing up now. Here's... Aha, yes. We're in business. Okay, so that's how easy it was. Unfortunately, you can't see it, but basically, you turn on your Bluetooth, obviously, you turn on your controller, obviously, and then hold the little pairing button on top for a minute. Not a minute, probably like 5 seconds, and then it should show up. Then you just got to give it about 15 seconds. Okay, so this is way easier to deal with. That is my name. I'm Jamil. Okay, so before I get into anything else, really, I just want to get into the major issue I have with this device, which is that the Wi-Fi is fucking terrible. It's just flat out like it is completely, unapologetically, relentlessly awful, and it's a known issue, and it's apparently not an issue with everyone's deck because not everyone is throwing a fit about it. Everyone's solution, which isn't really a real solution, is to enable developer mode and then go into miscellaneous settings and turn off enable Wi-Fi power management, which only matters for 5 gigahertz networks. But even after you turn off power management, the Wi-Fi still has massive fucking issues. Whether it's just being slow as hell or rapidly disconnecting all the time. So you can see if you go into well, actually, no, you can't. We'd have to do it in desktop mode. But if I let's do this. I'm gonna. I think the screen is actually displaying correctly. I'm not sure. I don't know how to use this with like a normal controller. Oh, Xbox button. Okay. And the thing is, like the Wi-Fi seems to work better in gaming mode than it does in uh, desktop mode. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to work. Submit the form? No. Um, 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 can I get a? Can I get a? I don't know how to turn on the on-screen keyboard with controller. Aha! There we go. What am I doing? Oh, right. Okay. It's not working. So this is what I'm talking about. It's probably gonna work like for the first time ever, and make me look like an asshole. But while we're on there, this is the on-screen keyboard. This is not the right address. Is it? Speed test on that. I pressed enter, sir. What are you doing? I guess I'll just do it manually since you're not going to cooperate. Yeah, this is like super weird with a controller. Okay, here we go. Wow, yeah, this is pathetic. So that's how bad the Wi-Fi is. In case you need a comparison, and I'm sure this is heavily because of my Wi-Fi network, but so that's why I'm kind of upset that I forgot to get a hub with an Ethernet port. This isn't even my internet's being shitty right now, but that's Comcast. You know what can you expect? You pay a shit ton of money for extremely terrible performance. What else are you gonna do? There's a monopoly. You fuck. Uh, so anyway, like I'm honestly amazed that it even works at all sometimes on my wireless. Yeah, the screen, you can tell the screen's like still cut off. I'll tell you what, the touchpads are infinitely better than trying to use um, the uh, the sticks. How do I get out of this? I don't. I literally don't know how to do anything with the controller plugged in because I've never used the controller on the Steam Deck before. Can I please go back to full screen here? Oh, that's my fault. I keep fucking with it. Okay. Okay, so we're at a half an hour. Um, most of the games I've tried work more or less like flawlessly. There are some that are kind of shitty performance. What happened to the color? Is it on sleep mode or something? Am I mistaken? Did the color not just change like pretty significantly? All right, well, I'll do Tetris since I opened it on accident. Obviously, you would expect Tetris to work flawlessly, right? So this shouldn't really be a surprise. And I'm sure that you can search Google and you'll find like 30 minutes of gameplay specifically on Steam Deck for Tetris Effect. But let's just do a quick marathon game. This is the quick settings menu slash whatever you want to call it. This has all the performance overlay stuff. I don't know why I'm using the deck itself. So if you put it on 1, it just shows FPS. 2 is going to show you more specific information: battery life, game scope, FPS, frame latency, GPU and CPU utilization. And 3 is going to give you more, and 4 will give you even more for each individual CPU core and all that. I'm just going to put it on 3 because it really, it's Tetris. It doesn't matter. You know? Again, it should run this game flawlessly. I mean, it is Unreal 4. And it is only like 1200 by 800. What am I doing? Effect modes? I just realized this whole time my microphone's been on mute. Um, I don't know when it actually. I muted it while I was playing Tetris, so I'm not sure. I was saying I wasn't really able to watch the performance overlay, but I didn't notice any point where it dipped under 60 FPS, except once I got to the menu. Um, so I want to test Dead Space out because it's one of the games I specifically know had issues when I tried it. If you look at it, it's like noticeably lower quality than it would be on just your normal PC. Um, I might dare say it even looks worse than Xbox 360 did. I don't have them side by side. I'm not going to mess with putting them side by side. I could, but I'm not going to. But I was saying earlier, this is like I noticed. Yeah, that's why. Full screen, VSync, high, ultra, custom. Yeah, okay. Because I was saying earlier, when I tried it out, which was earlier today, so I didn't really get to mess with it. The menus in this game were designed to be in the PC version were designed to be used with mouse. Really, they work with controller, but I don't know, like it wasn't scaling correctly or something. So I kind of stopped messing with it. So maybe this is why it doesn't look good. Shadow quality. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of like tripped up. I don't really feel like that changed anything, did it? No, it didn't. God damn it, why are you doing this to me? What do I need to press for it to actually work? Why? I hate you so much. Like, I legitimately hate you. And the thing is, I'm trying to use the mouse, and it literally won't work. I've tried the touchpad, the touch screen, and the actual mouse. So, like, it won't let me set it to this resolution. I could probably... Can you fuck... Oh, that's why, because it's... I see. Because there isn't... It's not 1280 by 800. It should be like 1200 by 800. Shit. Let's try this. Yeah. Okay, that's better than nothing. Yeah, so it looks better than it did. It's still noticeably, obviously, lower quality, but it runs flawlessly, I guess. The thing about this game, though, is that I think it was tied to 30 frames per second, otherwise it would fuck up. Or maybe it's tied to 60 frames per second. I remember once I was using Reshade, not Reshade, that GDOS Global Down Sampling Tool, GDOS Sato, made by that Durant guy for Final Fantasy 13. When the game first came out, I was using that. Well, first came out on PC, and it broke like the very first door after you get the gun because it's tied to the frame rate. Seems to be running better than it did on lower graphics, because, no, why are you doing this? I'm trying to press A on the fucking medkit and it keeps on going to the... Okay. I was having the same issues on handheld mode earlier, too. Like, issues with it not engaging the right use button prompt. Wait, are the two stick? Oh, the mouse is... okay. The mouse is playing games with me. So again, expected, this game should run perfectly, and it more or less does.
Forget about shooting him in the body. You gotta cut off the limbs. Grab a cutter, anything like that. Cut him apart.
Although I wouldn't say it's the same experience as just playing on PC. Where's this thing? Anyway, we're done with this. I already saved. I'm not trying to make this video last forever, so... where are we at here on time? 50 cents, so it's been 40 and 50 minutes. It's the Wi-Fi is behaving, so I really can't. Unfortunately, I can't show the jacked up Wi-Fi issues I've been having. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and I won't show any more gameplay, but I'll just cover all this other stuff. So I'm going to turn off the performance overlay entirely. On this, you can also go to your frame rate limiter. Right now, there is a beta. If you switch into the beta track, there's a 40 FPS frame limit on the slider. I haven't done that yet. I haven't tried it out. You can also apply half rate shading or VBR shading, which saves GPU power. But most of this stuff really only matters when you're using it normally, like as a handheld. When it's docked, it's all like totally irrelevant. Although some of it you may need to change, like the TDP limit, to get a higher frame rate or better performance. So there's like quite a bit of pretty cool tricks you can use in the performance overlay, like the scaling filter. I have not tried any of this stuff out yet. Then if you go up to the quick settings, you got your brightness, your audio volumes, your input, and your output. The Steam Deck does actually have a built-in microphone. I have not used it. You can turn off game rumble, controller rumble. You got your normal stuff like airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Your connected devices is a quick toggle for night mode. You got your friends list. All that is compacted into one place here. If you wait long enough, I think this favorites thing might populate. maybe not. Groups and recent chats, and then there's your notifications. This will show you like your normal Steam notifications, and also achievement unlocks and stuff like that. So then on your left menu, you've got all your normal settings, your language, your clock, time zone, all this kind of stuff. That's what I was talking about. The beta channel, you can go in here and switch to beta. Developer mode, SD card. You can change the name of your device. All your build information, all that kind of crap is in here. And you can do a factory reset. Hopefully you'll never need to, but you know, people have. You can set up your lock screen here. Or not really set it up, but you can customize when it shows up. Customize how notifications are shown, or if at all. The display doesn't really let you change a whole lot because obviously the resolution on the deck itself is locked to 1200 by 800, so it's not something you can really customize. You got your Bluetooth, your controllers. And then you can obviously go in just like Steam, normal Steam on desktop. You can't, at least not like, I don't think you can do it through this menu. I think you have to boot into desktop mode, like on Windows, to actually customize your controller layout or like download new ones. And then you can change your keyboard themes here, which you can buy with Steam points. And you can customize or disable haptics, change your keyboard layouts, just all this kind of stuff with the keyboard. Okay. Set up your family sharing. I don't share my library. I've tried and people complain because I have so many games. They're like, oh, all these games are showing up in my library. Make them go away. And there's remote play, of course. You can stream to the deck or from the deck. You can stream to the deck and more or less use it as a controller, although you'd be killing the deck battery for no good reason. You got your storage screen just like on desktop. It breaks down everything. A lot of people are posting complaints about the storage being eaten up by all these like others. And others is pretty much all like shaders. I don't know how, because I have 16 games installed, and you can see obviously, almost as much space is being taken up by by the games themselves, but it's not like it's a lot of space. And I haven't added an SD card or like changed out the solid state drive or anything. From here, you can also add to game or add to library if you have a Steam key or whatever. So all in all, it's a pretty, a lot of people are like, the system is amazing. I'm not going to disagree. I don't think it's not amazing. I mean, it's what I expected. But I guess if you're like not a PC gamer, it's going to be a pretty cool experience for you. I don't necessarily want to sit here and compare it to the Switch, mostly because this video is like over an hour long already. But the only thing is like, not the only thing. It's I'm just gonna come right out and say it. It's obviously superior to the Switch. The only thing it lacks compared to the Switch is that it doesn't have first-party Nintendo titles. But you could obviously emulate them through Yuzu. The only reason I haven't on the video already is because I don't actually have any Switch games stored on my deck right now because they're too big. Like, well, maybe not too big. The only one I even have on my PC is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know how big the ISO is, but because of how shitty the Wi-Fi is on the deck, I'm discouraged most of the time from really like doing any downloading. I don't have a whole lot of ROMs in general set up, but I'm going to actually do another video about that. So I'm going to close this one. So in summary, the deck is basically amazing. It's going to be a good investment, I think, especially if more developers jump on board and help Valve verify everything and get everything optimized for this hardware. It's a good thing for PC gaming because if there's a baseline hardware configuration that developers can be expected to make their games work for, then maybe we can finally get some proper optimization going and not have games that run like dog shit for no good reason on hardware that is obviously like way more powerful than it needs to be. It's very versatile. You can use it as a handheld. You can use it as a mobile desktop. You can do work on it. You can do just simple browsing. You could use it to listen to music. You can plug in a headset or connect with Bluetooth headphones. You could use it docked as a console like the Switch, plug it into a TV or a monitor or really any device. You could use like an iPhone or something if you have the right cable. Right now, the dock isn't out yet, but you can buy a crappy little USB-C hub. And as long as you pay attention to what you're buying and get the right stuff, like making sure that you get the right power output capability, then you don't even need to wait for the dock. I'll make another video regarding emulation and stuff, but for now I'm gonna end this one. If you're interested in the deck, I would honestly just go ahead and throw down $5 on Steam. You're not going to get it until probably next year at this point. For reference, like I said, I pre-ordered mine in the first 12 minutes, and I had to wait. So July 16th, I got my order email on April 22nd, which was today's the 6th, 7th. Today's the 7th. Well, it's the 8th now. A little over a week ago. Last Friday. It's 2 a.m. right now, so it's Sunday. But I got my order email Thursday before last, and I received my deck this Thursday, which was shit. I can't think correctly. I'm not usually up at this time. I've had my deck for 7 days, so I received it last week, and I got the email Monday, last Monday, Monday before last week. So depending on what model you get, you're going to be waiting in line for a while. The 512 gigabyte queue has moved like an hour in the past 2 months. In the United States, it's moved a little bit slower in Europe. Now, the 64 gigabyte and the 256 gigabyte queues have moved way, way, way faster. So, if you're confident in your ability to do so, you could buy the cheap model, and then you could buy a solid state drive and then cut the actual solid state drive down to fit inside of the Steam Deck. And or you could buy a SD card and save some money, but then you're still going to be spending money on the hard drive anyway. So it's up to you if you're willing to wait until Q3 or beyond. But if you're interested, I would definitely get it. A lot of people that I've talked to or seen talking about it have said that it like it revitalized their interest in gaming. I kind of hoped it would do the same for me. It really hasn't. I mean, it kind of has, but it hasn't. I've spent the same lack of time playing games since I got mine, but not for lack of trying. Usually, it's just because of work and Wi-Fi issues, waiting for the downloads. But yeah, definitely check it out. I will definitely be uploading more videos in the future now that I have a way to actually record audio and video from the deck. Peace out, everybody.